for you. So you will enjoy some peace and happiness. But again, that is also a conditioning, right? Kenjinal minjidum, minjinal kenjidum, anjadavare ille unai kandu. So beautiful. So this is again, you can see that, oh mind, please be controlled, right? There are several times you will be, say, best example is anger. If, say, I have experimented myself, when I am angry, I will just try to say, oh my God, I'm feeling such an uneasiness, I just want to come out of it. You cannot easily come out of it. Once you get to that state, it takes its own sweet time to come out of it. So, hinjinal minjidam, even if you request, oh mind, you try your best, it's very difficult. So imagine, that's what is our state, right? And minjinal kenjidam, the moment you bring it into control and then try to lord over, that's when your mind will say, oh, it will just be like a slave and act. And like I said, once you get relaxed, that's it, it will show its swarupam again. And irumayin marumaye, karumayin uruvame. Irumayin marumaye, it's irritu, right? It's darkness. The embodiment of darkness is mind. And karumayin uruvame, the karma that we are encountering, right? That is what is mind is. Because we constantly do karma, we get into different propositions of modes, and that's what defines our karma. So it just goes on and on and on. Karumayin urume, arumayai maraithidum sirumai kondone. The arumai is Atman. And the Atman marachi, இப்படி சிறுமையா கேவலமா இருக்கியே மனசே, என்னோட ஆத்மஸ்வரூபத்தை உணர முடியாம இப்படி என்ன தடுத்து பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கியே அப்படின்னு ஒரு it's a blast. நீ அழிந்தால் நான் வாழ்வேன், நீ நான் அற்ற தன்னிலை நின்றிடுவேன். So the moment the mind gets destroyed, that's when we stop doing that நீ நான் in a comparison, like I, that duality will go away. It's very beautiful kirtan. Next. Okay, now so we discussed about the danger of mind, enemies of mind, dynamics of mind, and the nature of mind. So what do we have to do? So the beauty is, we might be wondering, okay, let me just take a break for the kids, right? Not to attend satsang. But if you see, we just discussed the nature of mind, right? The mind constantly gets impressions. It's our responsibility. It's not only for the kids, right? Even for ourselves. We have to constantly give good impressions to our mind. The way you give good impressions is in our satsang. If you see, we hear Harikatha, right? When you hear Harikatha, knowingly or unknowingly Krishna Smarana, we do. And then Bhagavan Nama Sankirtanam, knowingly or unknowingly we get to hear Bhagavan Nama. In Purnimaji, Sri Ramanujanji comes, we constantly hear Bhagavad Katha. And unknowingly, right? We may just come every single day. It's not a deliberate act, let me go and do a chitta suddhi of my mind. You don't do that. Just because you are part of the satsang, you attend all these pravachans. Just because you are part of the satsang, you do nama sankirtanam, you take Bhagavad darshanam, Bhagavad aradhanam, you do navavida bhakti. But imagine, all these are giving you good spiritual impressions in your mind. Those impressions are the ones which can give us chitta suddhi. Our chittam, our consciousness will get shuddhi only if we do such activities. So that's why, we should never miss an opportunity. Whenever we get to do some satsang activities, let's take it. It's good for our own mind. Right? Our mind will go into sattvic state. And it goes into sattvic state, that's when, our chittam will get shuddhi. And then, medicine for sick mind. So the negative propensities, it's very difficult. See, if you see, there are many people who try hard, right? There is a big study on serial killers, right? No matter they try, the moment they get one same impression as before, it triggers them to do that activity. So, what kind of counseling we can give? It requires chitta shuddhi. Because the impressions are so hard, the intellectual conclusion or intellectual, the ability to see what is good, what is bad, does not really help. See, even if you see our own selves, knowingly we do certain things, right? We know, getting angry is not good, but we do get angry every single day, right? So why is that? The propensity. It's not easy. So imagine, even though we come to satsang, it takes a while. It's a deep science. We have to very consciously work on it, very seriously work on it to correct it. And satsang is the one that can really help us, right? How to regain mental and spiritual. It's a very beautiful quote by Vivekananda. Go on doing good thinking, holy thoughts continuously. That is the only way to suppress base impressions. That is the only way to remove the samskara. What can influence mind? Change of attitude. So the best classic example is that recently we heard Shabari Katha, right? Shabari, she was always enjoying eating all the animals. The moment she sees a rabbit, she sees that this is like a burger or a pizza. For her, just it's a food for her. Anytime she sees an animal, beautiful, soft, fluffy animal, she just gets that impression of enjoying the flesh. That's what is impression she had in her mind. But what gave her that attitude change? The divine satsanga. Right? The moment she met her guru, even she didn't even meet. She went to the proximity, the place where her guru was. The moment she went to that, due to that pure vibration of her guru, the perspective got changed. Her perspective in seeing things got changed. She suddenly started seeing those, fleshy rabbit, now as beautiful rabbit. And she started enjoying the nature. See, enjoying nature is a very beautiful quality of a person who is in Sattva Guna. Imagine such a drastic rise from Tamo Guna to Sattva Guna. She was constantly doing papam by hurting other animals. Imagine the transition. So we should understand. That's why, Mahatma Sangam, Satsangam is extremely important. That's what can give us instant Chitta Shuddhi. Right? So it's very, very important. So always seek for Mahatma's darshan. Whenever we get an opportunity, go and sit. There are several devotees who used to say, all I want is just go and sit there. I get instant peace and happiness. That itself is a proof our Chittam is getting Shuddhi. Right? And perception gets changed. We saw that in Sabari. Right? Change in attitude will bring change in behavior. So the change of behavior is, again, it's not something on a mental plane where we adjust our mind. It's not like that. Only if we raise to the Sattva Guna, good behavior will naturally come. Right? Imagine, let's take compassion. Compassion is a beautiful quality where you feel daya for other living entities. Trust me, even if it is a neighbor, even if it is your own family member, we don't feel daya if they go, they pass away. How many people we really feel it? But we may say kind words that shows our good character, but that doesn't mean we really feel and cry internally for the other person. It's very difficult. If we are emotional, we may cry. That's a different thing. Feeling really inside is only we know, right? Nobody can judge or see. But if we all introspect our own selves, it's very difficult for us to perceive others, suffering. So that daya can come only if we raise to the platform of Sattva Guna. Same way, humility. Gratitude. Gratitude is such a beautiful quality. It's not easy to get that quality. Right? I'm so indebted to Bhagavatas, I'm so indebted to my Guru, I'm so indebted to my parents. It's that indebtedness has to come through Sattva Guna. So we all have to understand that Guna is what gives us that behavior change, not a mental, switch or intellectual understanding. Right? That will give us, because of the intellectual understanding, we feel guilty. Right? Positive thoughts onto your mind repository. So when you are in satsangam, then you start doing dharmic activities, sattvic activities. When you do Bhagavad Bhakti, the positive thoughts, all the negativity slowly goes away. It's a very gradual process. We cannot expect it to happen in a day or so, because we did not accumulate this in a day or two. For millions of janma we accumulated. So we have to understand that. Oh, I came to satsanga for 10 years, this propensity did not even go. We cannot say that. Did you even first chant that seriously? No. Right? Are we that spiritually serious? No. Then how can I expect that transformation? Right? But through Guru's grace, that it goes away. One devotee nicely said, chanting Bhagavan Nama is like, washing clothes, right? The most stained cloth, how much you have to brush? You have to brush it very hard, right? Likewise, you have to chant with intensity to, take away that strong vasanas that's deep rooted. So we have to understand the dynamics of mind and the dynamics of the impressions and then and do the sadhana accordingly. Go to the next one. Mind control is a science. So this is a very important point we all have to understand, right? We did not create mind. So why try unauthorized methods, right? So we go to management courses. They all give wonderful ideas. Those ideas are intellectual, undoubtedly. It gives you beautiful ideas. You go here, you feel so great when you're in a, management training or some courses like that. You just pay $500. You feel nice. When you come out, you're the same. No change in it. Only difference is you may have some good notes, right? Which you can refer and then feel, oh my God, I don't have it, right? So the point is, why we did not create the mind. Who created the mind? Bhagavan is the one who gave this, who created different living entities, who gave this gross senses, subtle senses. So when Bhagavan gave the gross and subtle senses, what we have to do to control that subtle sense? We have to follow Shastric recommendation. Right? Because Bhagavan is the one who created. We have to follow the path given by Bhagavan to alleviate our mind. It's so logical, right? This we can understand intellectually, no wrong in that. Right? And the point is, then we have to, if you say Shastric recommendations, what is Shastric recommendation? Bhagavan Nama for this ego. So just follow it. Don't ask too many questions. This Nama looks sounds boring. When you say boring, just understand. So unfortunate, our mind is so conditioned. We have to blame our mind for that. And you have to be very cautious. Oh my God, my mind doesn't have taste for Nama. Better let me chant. Let this vasanas go. Let my mind get the taste for Bhagavan Nama. That's the right spirit. You cannot say, this is boring, I won't do it. You do it, then again, okay, go around and look for a different method. If we can find it. Right? We have to follow our Shastras. Right? And then spiritual elevation will lead to change in consciousness in line with pure self. See, it's not just, it's going to give a mind control, it's going to purify your mind. When our mind, it is said that mind is like a, it is like a block in between you and Bhagavan. Right? Or say if you are Advaiti, you and self, your Atman. So, that becomes transparent. It's just like block of ice. It will start melting and melting and melting when you do spiritual sadhana. At one point, we go beyond our material platform to the spiritual platform. When our mind constantly dwells in a spiritual activity, the mind, nan and adidam paye, the pay will go away. The mind, just like melting ice, it will go away. Then you can see the real self. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings that as Cheto Darpana Marjanam. It's like clearing the mirror. Right? The mirror is full of dust. You go and stand in front, you can't see yourself. But by chanting Bhagavan Nama, you constantly clean. It is so deep-rooted dust, it's not going away. But when you keep wiping, by chanting the Bhagavan Nama, you see the real self. So we just have to take those beautiful, inspiring verses and do our sadhana with that knowledge. That knowledge is what will give us inspiration. So no matter whether 2 people or 5 people, we will be able to chant Bhagavan Nama sincerely. Because we are working on our own mind. Right? And Vida Pidiyana Adukku. That's what is the bad samskara will get erased. Just like the sun when it rises, the darkness will go automatically. Likewise, when the Bhagavan Nama is chanted more and more, Bhagavan becomes Pratyaksham and the darkness of Maya, Irumai, will automatically go away. I heard, I'm pretty sure, recent Guruji's pravachan on Facebook, you might have heard. I loved that analogy, right? So, Guruji was saying, you go to a beach and then you stand right in front of the beach. So if there is a big wave, 6-foot wave, when it just emerges like that, you just run away, right? You get scared and run away. And on the other side, you will see a 5-year-old fisherman's son. He is just, nicely swimming and going against the wave. He is jumping against the wave and enjoying it. Can you imagine? See the difference. You are an elderly person, and you are a PhD, and you have so much of knowledge. But simple 6-foot wave, we get scared, even though you know that you're not going to get killed or something. But the fear is driving you away, right? So even when I think of my previous experience, see how deep it is. I had a bad experience with dog. It bit me once. It was when I was really small, right? Like 4 years or 5 years. Even now when I see a dog, when it comes in, even though it's a small puppy, something, I feel a little scared inside. But my intelligence is what it's going to do, right? It's not going to do anything, but still, the mind is constantly giving me that impression. I used to really wonder about my mind every time, when I go near a dog. Prahlad and Balram, they used to pat. They are like that 5-year-old, son of fisherman. So that's what is samskara. So when I think, that's when I have to become humble also. So what is the point, right? You try to understand your mind, you do sadhana, but still it is very difficult. Your samskara is so deep rooted, it's not easy to remove. That's why we have to really become humble, right? So the physical strength. So the thing is, the strong mind, the way to develop strong mind is environment, practice, and then mental strength to face challenges. This have to happen simultaneously. So the satsang environment gives the opportunity to do sadhana, and also when you do the sadhana seriously, right? When you chant Bhagavan Nama seriously, the mental strength happens. And the thing is, Guruji again very beautifully explained, all the kids, right? We cannot give false impression to our kids. It's not that we cannot say that, this world is like a bed of roses. Wherever you go, everybody is happy and then everybody is peaceful. We have to tell the reality, right? So Guruji nicely said, the itihasas, right? When you hear Mahabharata, Ramayanam, you see, all, even though great Bhagavatas, right? They all suffer. They all come out of it. They face challenges, right? So many people, they face like a lot of hurdles, right? Betrayal, you name it, right? All those instances they have to face and come out of it. But what really made them come out of it? The connection that they had with the Bhagavata or Bhagavan. Right? That's what made them constantly come out of such situations. That's what we have to tell our kids. The world is like that. They have to face, they should know how to face the world. So when they read Mahabharatam, they should, it is our responsibility to tell them in a way that this is how the world is. They shouldn't think it's like a Spider-Man story. You just see a Spider-Man story, you said, it's like what do you call that? It's just a fantasy or something like that, right? And then they just come out of it. That's not how Mahabharata and itihasas are. Those are instructive stories which will give us life lessons, how to live in this life, right? Let's go to the next one. Mind workout, right? Let's discuss what do we have to do, right? We discussed so much about mind. Take medicine regularly to see results. What is our medicine for our mind? Good job. Very good. I'm so happy. Good. So take medicines regularly to see results. Don't just, the prescription is chant Bhagavan Nama every day until the end of our life. So that's the prescription, right? So better we follow the prescription. Chant every single day. I want kids to chant every single day. Good. And doing it consciously increases the intensity of the cure. So we have to do it consciously. Again, Namate Ennade Ennu. Just think of Bhagavan Nama. Even if you chant 11 times, let's try to do it consciously. Don't do it ritualistically, right? For the sake of it. At least 11 times, it's okay. Let me at least chant 11 times seriously as a prayer. Prayer is so powerful, right? The grace is the one that's going to take us, just like Sabai. We saw that, right? Apply the Shastric lessons by practicing it. What we hear in the Harikatha, it's not just you hear and say, Ramana, Unmaji, Supara Sunantrima, Adepudindu Tirama, Suparantrima. We cannot keep saying that. Practice it. Make notes and practice it. So that we all have to, do it. Right? And apply the Shastric lessons by practicing will give you Manobalam. That's what is going to give us Manobalam. And then don't allow your ego to spoil your happiness. Right? So ego is such a one that constantly pulls us down, pulls our spirit down. So that's going to spoil our happiness. So let us work against our ego by going and apologizing. Nothing wrong. As long as if you can make your mind happy, right?